Well, hello everybody. Thanks for joining us here on the ice. Brought to you by Stokes Spokes Fuels, Case Financial Group, Toby Hockey, and of course, Paramount Hockey Academy. Tonight's guest joining me from Regina, the head coach of the 2011 group, heading to the Brick Invitational June 29th to July 10th in West Edmonton Mall, Edmonton, Alberta. Mr. Drew Kocur, the head coach, will be joining me tonight to discuss things all hockey, including putting together this group. As a matter of fact, they were put together earlier this year, but how did you keep them all together considering the fact that the tournament was canceled last year? Great to have both age groups in Edmonton this upcoming tournament. Look forward to seeing Drew and the team in person, but we're going to chat with them beforehand, get a little idea of what to expect from the province of Saskatchewan and the Junior Pats organization from Drew himself. So please welcome Drew to the On the Ice show tonight. Drew Kocur here on the ice with us. Thanks, Drew, for taking the time. How are we doing today?
Good, Theo. Thanks for having me. Appreciate being on the show today.
Right on. I really love the colors in the back. Are those the colors representing the team from Saskatchewan this year?
Similar, yeah. No, they're more or less a little bit more navy now, with some white jerseys and navy. But yeah, no, we'll definitely be looking sharp. That's for sure.
Definitely looking sharp. Absolutely. Drew, tell us a little about yourself, your hockey background, and how you got involved with the Junior Pats program earlier this year.
Yeah, no, I guess I played a little bit of junior hockey, and then I played, some AAA U18 in Saskatoon. I got into coaching right away and scouting right away when I was, young, around 22. Always had a passion for it and kind of want to do it for a full-time career life job. I played on they call it the original 16 Junior Pat program when I was 11 or 12, I believe it was. I can't think that far now. It's a lot of years now, but I think just with the Todd, he's running the program, and he knew that I was coaching, and I had a long year coaching my team, and he offered if I wanted to coach, and I said I think I'd be up for it, and it'd be a lot of fun, and it's been a lot of fun so far, that's for sure.
Drew, how many years has it been that hockey for you has been a 12-month process? I mean, gone are the days of taking the seasons off and putting the hockey sticks away and grabbing golf clubs or going to the beach kind of thing. How long has it been for you? And for these young kids, are they ready for that style of, lifestyle?
Yeah, I mean, I think even when I was playing, like I'm a big golfer, and I had played a lot of tournaments growing up, and I tried to stay away from playing just one sport for 12 months, and I think times have changed a little bit just because everyone's so good, and you got to be on the ice lots and training and power skating and doing everything you can. But yeah, I think these kids are definitely like they're so talented, and like to see them in practice and the things they do it's actually crazy just how good they are. But I think it's very important to play two sports, and or to even play be a multi-sport athlete, and have downtime and go to the lake or play baseball, and obviously you have to somewhat more or less focus on one sport nowadays to try and get to the next level, but definitely being a multi-sport athlete is very important, I think.
Absolutely. The cross training and the effects of learning the hand-eye coordination from different levels is something we definitely try to praise here a little bit as coaches and as administrators of hockey itself. Drew, how important is it to have a team from Saskatchewan at the Brick Invitational for both age groups, especially this year, now that the tournament is back?
Yeah, I think just it's super important because you look at what we all went through with the pandemic, and these guys couldn't play hockey for a year, and 2 years almost, and not going to the Brick is probably heartbreaking for some, and now getting to bring two teams to Edmonton and showcase what they got and what kind of skills they have. I think it's important because they only get to play this tournament once, and it's no different than the World Juniors or junior hockey in general. I remember I was coaching junior, and our guys lost a full year, and you don't get those years back in junior. And so I think for these guys to come in here and play a tournament for a week in Edmonton, you play in the mall. I think it's gonna be super fun, not only for myself just to be experienced the first time, and for these players to experience it, and just had kind of have random fans watching.
Do players, you think, get tied up in all the experience or the excitement of a tournament like this, or for 2011s, 2012s, is it just kind of easy for them to just go out there and play hockey and play it the best they can?
Yeah, I think obviously they look at the experience, but also like, hey, like, we get to play hockey for it's I think we play 5 games in 7 days or 6 days, and then hopefully play into the playoffs and move on from there. But yeah, I think it's a week away, from obviously it's summer holidays for a lot of these guys, and they have to go play hockey, the West Edmonton Mall, and have some fun, wear some sweet threads, and be on a summer team with a bunch of buddies that you're gonna have for life, and to play with us just a bunch of good hockey players. That's the best part about it.
It is the best part, but it's not just the only part. Like you said, it's building hockey buddies for life and what's done off the ice per se. I mean, the team outings, the dinners, the meals, the mini sticks in the hallways. Maybe touch a little bit on how we're going to create that for the group this year. And are there any big plans for the group outside of hockey?
Yeah, I haven't thought that too far ahead. I know we've played 2 tournaments, and the one in Regina we actually went to just a facility here, and we kind of walked through just our power play, and then we played around, throw football, and we actually just kind of did a team building thing just to know one another. Who you are, where you're from, what do you do outside of hockey. Because for me, I didn't know a lot of guys, and I got to know them more in that 1 hour team building function than I would have known. So I think getting the guys together, and even when they're not playing, go hang out, go for pizza, or go relax, and maybe go water sliding or whatever it is. I think it's very important to take that downtime when you're not playing to just refresh the brain a little bit.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the process of getting you on the team, Drew, as the head coach, but also putting together the young men, the 2011s that are going to be representing the junior Pats at the Brick Invitational. How did that process work for you? You mentioned a couple of tournaments. Talk to us prior to this evening.
Yeah, so I was brought in around, I believe, I want to say January or maybe February, a little later. And then I know they had a Christmas skate, and I know our scouts were doing a ton of scouting throughout the wintertime, watching these guys play. So, and they've done a great job. We had a May skate, I believe, or maybe, yeah, it was May, I think. And then, yeah, after that, the team was finalized, and then we had a tournament in Regina, and we had some success. I believe we played in the 2010 division, so they were a year older. It was a little tough coming down the stretch, and I think we lost in the B final. But like we're a good team, and then they went on to Winnipeg, and I think they were 2-3. I had to miss that one, unfortunately, just due to some coaching courses. But yeah, they had a successful weekend there, and I think we're kind of rallying right now, and we're getting ready for the big week here, and a week to the day we leave, and we've had 5 or 6 practices, and I think we're all ready to go, and we all know our assignments, and it's just a matter of now putting that jersey on and playing the first game.
Absolutely. A lot of players from the Regina area or throughout Saskatchewan. How was it for practice times getting everybody all together and travel for some of these players?
Yeah, we're definitely a mixed team for sure. I think only 4 in the city in Saskatoon, and then 3 in Regina, I believe, maybe 3 or 4, and then the rest kind of spread out. So we actually set up times in Saskatoon, and on one weekend do 2 practices, and then the next weekend we do 1 in Regina. So kind of neutral for them, and they kind of buzz in, and we have 2 really high end practices and go through a lot and make sure we all understand our assignments and know where we're going and whatnot, and just kind of gets these guys all in the same room again and seeing each other. And these guys they're already like brothers, like they hang out everywhere at the rink, and it's awesome to see. So like I said, going, we're a week to the day we're going, and I'm excited to just get to Edmonton.
No doubt. The assignments you mentioned. Now, let's be honest. A lot of these players, these are elite players. These are players that are highly skilled, very offensive, very good defensive players, great goaltenders, the cream of the crop, if you will. How do you put all of them on the same page so that they have those right assignments? And we're not all looking to be number 99 out there, Connor Bedard's number. We want to make sure that we're doing our jobs to the best of our ability.
Yeah, I think just even with our practices, we're very detailed, and we walk through, with each line, just where they're going and where where our offensive zone face-off plays are, our D zone plays, or where our breakouts are, our power plays, and just make sure that they know exactly where they're going. And the biggest thing is just for people to ask questions. Like if you don't know where you're going, or that's going to be a problem for not only yourself but the line mates, and then there's frustration comes into play. But I think they're so talented, and I've seen them skate now in practice, and they're all eager to learn. That's the best part about it too. And they're definitely not afraid to ask questions on where they're going, or why they're going there, or what. So but I feel like with our staff, Warren Fry and Tyler Pellick, we're very we're detailed, and we walk through, and we have all our plays written down, and we send to our chat, and the players, they did a little homework.
Last question before we go to break here for you, Drew. What type of team are we bringing to Edmonton? Is it a fast team? Is it a big team? Highly skilled? What's some of our, if you have to look at the EA meter in terms of talent levels and whatnot, what type of team are we bringing to the Brick Invitational?
Yeah, right now I would say we're a fast, skilled team. Our forwards are super strong up front. We're skilled. We have some speed, play with some pace. Very intelligent, and then the back end, they move pucks well. They put pucks up ice quick. We work as a unit. 200 feet. Kind of all five guys going at the same time. Working hard, competing. We're going to give you everything we got for the 60-minute game we got, and then our goaltenders. Both compete. They're strong. They're solid. They never battle or never give up on a puck. So. Yeah, overall our team morale is high, and our team chemistry is going to be, we hope, clicking at the event. But we're super skilled, and I'm excited to see it all play.
Certainly looking forward to see it. They'll be playing in the first week, correct? The July 29th week, or June 29th week, sorry?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I think game one is the 29th, I believe, yeah.
Awesome. So we'll see you for the first week in Edmonton. Drew, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk on the ice. And then we'll talk a little bit more about the importance of the tournament in Edmonton this year. Stay with us. Back here on the ice with Drew Kocur, the head coach of the 2011 team. Drew, I'm looking over the roster just now, and I'm noticing if you had a hard time keeping the two Calebs and the two Bradys straight, it helps if one's D and one's forward for each of them, right?
Absolutely, yeah. No, we all have nicknames. That's for sure. It's that's the one day we did all that team building there. We got nicknames, and but definitely when there's one or too many Bradys or one or too many different names on the same team, it becomes definitely could be a problem, just calling the wrong guy or whatever it is. But yeah, we have nicknames for all the guys. So
did the team give you a nickname?
No, I just think it's Coach Drew. I think that's it, and that's fine with me.
Okay, we'll let that go. We'll go Coach Drew this. There it is. We'll keep it plain and simple. The Brick Invitational, it's been over 3 decades. It's been in its inception. It's a tournament that runs all over Canada. What makes it so special for this age group? Not only because they missed it last year, but just the fact that we have tournaments like this for elite players at such a young age.
Yeah, I think it's super, not only cool and exciting, but they get to play against players from all around, I believe it's the world. They get to play against guys from Connecticut and Boston and Chicago and Minnesota, Alberta, and we talked about, creating relationships down the road. You get to play against a guy that you may see and maybe playing in the Western League one day on the same team. I think playing in one of these events, you get to, experience everything, not only playing, like I said, earlier, playing in the mall and let people watch, just for them, it's random people. Right. And, they may catch a name bar and, down the road 5-6 years and they're, oh, wow, they're a captain of the WHL Tigers or whatever it is. And, I think it's super cool. And, some scouts and agents may be their advisors and, watching these, 11 and 10-year-olds in the other tournament. But, I think it's exposure not only for kids from Saskatchewan playing in this event and kids from all around the world playing in a prestige tournament.
You talk about players all over this year, especially North America. I mean, you're playing against kids from California, like you said, on the West Coast, to kids in, Boston and Pennsylvania on the East Side. How important is it to have these opportunities to represent hockey culture in North America for these young kids to really see how much they not only embrace it, but they get to experience it and say, we are pretty fortunate to have this opportunity?
Yeah, I think just getting to playing this tournament is like I said is important, but also you get to grow the game even more. And coming from, let's just say, Connecticut, you get to come to Edmonton and play this event against Team Saskatchewan. Where you're from? I'm from this place, and maybe you meet some new friends. But I just looked at it as like it's so cool to see how like they've grown this event for you said 30 years. Still running the same way, and they have 2 ranks going, and all these guys that travel across here and there and play against all these different teams, and you see so many different skill levels too. Like it's going to be, like I said, for me, for a first time, it's going to be exciting to watch and see how some of these teams play and see how good some of these kids just are.
Absolutely. Well, Drew, what is something you're looking forward to experiencing this for the first time as a head coach in a tournament like this?
Probably didn't wear shorts on the bench. That'd be kind of nice to wear shorts for once. But no, like I said, I think just to see just how fast, like I see just our team, like just how fast they are and how skilled they are. Looking to play another team that's going to be just they're as equal as us, or whatever it is, and get to match their speed and match their pace and see how good some of these players are, and get down to a tight game, and maybe we need this one, and like just to see just 11-year-olds battle some of the adversity. I mean, it's all exciting, and yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, I'm excited.
Drew, is it a little bit different talking to the 2011s as opposed to the older guys in junior hockey? Do you have to change obviously you have to change the vocabulary a bit, but the tone, the emotion from you as a head coach, how do you talk to these young kids to keep them motivated, on track, and on focus?
Yeah, I think it varies a little bit for sure. It's different, but I mean, I think I'm a competitive coach. I play that way. I play with my heart, right in my sleeves, and I think these guys relate to it because they're so passionate about just winning, and sometimes we got to reel them back in and say, hey, it's okay to get scored on. We're going to find a way now. How do we correct that and get better? And definitely the vocabulary changes, for sure. Yeah, at sometimes, but yeah, like they understand what my job is and what their role is, and we want to win. Obviously, winning's always fun and exciting, but how do we grow as a group? How do we develop game to game? They're super detailed, and they're super in. They always want more. So when we watch some video clips or go over a play, this and that, they're always asking questions, and I love that. As long as they're learning, that means I feel that I'm doing my job, and I hope that when they're learning, they're also exceeding the goals that we're setting in place.
Absolutely. You've talked about your attire on the bench, behind the bench, hopefully wearing some shorts. We see the colors behind, a little darker navy for the jerseys. Do we have several different attires for the players showing up at the rink? I know we got to look dressed to impress. Is there something that should be something special by the Junior Pats program showing up at Edmonton?
Yeah, I think we're rocking these golf shirts here. I think we have a gray and a nice navy one, and I think they were I think they said they were golf shorts or shorts that kind of go with the shirt. And we have some sweet sweaters and shirts for after games and whatnot for their stretch outs and whatever. But yeah, we'll definitely be looking money, that's for sure.
Looking money. No suits required. No three-piece suits, right?
No, I wore a suit for 9 months. I'll take no suits for this whole tournament here, so it'll be nice.
Might be a little hot behind the bench too in the West Edmonton Mall. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know. I'm looking forward to
absolutely.
seeing what the temperature is going to be on ice surface, and then being in the stands calling the games. It's going to be quite interesting to be a part of, no doubt. Let's quickly talk, Drew, about the preparations once in Edmonton. I mean, talk about how these young men, because they are preparing for more than what 11-year-olds like you and I used to prepare for. Like they
Right.
have nutrition programs, they have technology at their hands, they have sleep patterns marked. I made sure they're making proper sleep times. They have curfews, which we had, of course, but it's more followed. More is it better for the kids to have this regimented lifestyle for these tournaments? And does that prepare them later on for the success in reaching junior hockey, professional hockey, collegiate hockey?
Yeah, I think just even just as far as the tournament alone, I believe we have a couple days we played 2 games in one day, and I know when I did it, it was tough. It was you wanted to play mini six, but hey, you also had to rest and have some good food and then have a lay down and then get ready for that game too, and also dealing with wet gear and how do you dry it, and I think it's like you mentioned for down the road, being able to have a sleep pattern and have a nutritionist and learn how to eat more properly than than you or I would have back then is so important. And these kids and young men, they get to learn at 11 what it's going to be like when they do play in the Western or pro or college or whatever it may be, because those schedules are heavy and they're 4 or 5 days a week and they're playing games all weekend, and then they have workouts and then they have class and they have this, and being able to manage your time is so important. And I mean, obviously, when we're there, we're going to have some downtime for sure to have some fun, and they are 11 still at the end of the day, and to maybe go see the Dolphins or whatever they are going on at the mall there. But yeah, it's super important to take care of your bodies and heal and rest up and be ready for that next task.
The next task will be obviously the next game preparations, of course, while in Edmonton. Do these 11-year-olds look up to the Pats organization, Western Hockey League? Is that their, because I'm not from Saskatchewan and I wanted to get a bit of the cultural idea when, you hit that bantam age, that 15 midget age. Is that the progression, like the next step to go play Western SJ hockey? Is that where a lot of these kids looking forward to making the next step?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I haven't really dissected into that with some of the guys and talked to them about it, but I mean, I believe the Western League logo is still on our jerseys I think they're still on them, but even that patch on their jerseys, I think then gives them a little bit of life and like, hey, like this could be me one day, or this, I could be playing junior A or college, or but I think a lot of them are, whether they're from Saskatoon, they're probably a Blades fan, or whether they're from Regina, they're probably a Pats fan. And I think just when they watch those Western League guys play, and a lot of their idols, we talked, when we did our group thing, they talked about, Connor Bedard, and Bedard, I got to see him play for a couple of years now, and he's unbelievable. So like for me to watch him, and I think, wow, like look how he handles himself at 16. Like I barely do that sometimes. So like these guys see him and go, wow, I want to be like Connor Bedard, and that's awesome to have just a guy that you look up to. A lot of them like McDavid, and they want to be there, and it takes a lot of hard work, obviously, and to get to that next step. But yeah, I think when they see it and they're wearing that logo, it really shows, wow, like maybe I'm closer, I'm closer to the next step than someone else. So yeah, I definitely think it motivates them for sure.
Drew, last coaching question I have for you. When it comes to addressing the team before a game, what is the message you're looking forward to giving to these players throughout the week so that they just understand that they're playing for this game, for this moment?
Yeah, I think we've said it throughout the whole tournament here, or our last two tournaments, sorry, and was just we're going to go out there and compete every shift, and we're going to throw everything that we have at the team we're playing. We're never going to hang our heads and show bad body language. We just want to try and show some some compete every game we play. We want to work hard, make sure we do our assignments, and if things don't go right, how do we get better the next shift or the next game or next period. At the end of the day, it's a massive tournament for sure. We want to have fun. Obviously winning is fun, but to do those things, you gotta be relaxed and just compete, have fun, and be ready to play every shift, every game.
Drew, growing up, knowing you wanted to stay in hockey, you've got quite the last name hockey roots in Saskatchewan. Did anybody give you any good advice or help growing up that you will give to these young men, uh, either in the good times and in the bad?
Yeah, I think my dad always just kind of taught me, control what you can control, and whether that's, hey, you're in a slump, well, find a way to get out of it, because dwelling on it or getting frustrated is not going to help. Just learning to keep doing what you're doing, and good things will come. You can't worry about what happens the next day or the next practice or next shift. You just have to go out there and give it your all. And same thing as coaching for me. Like if I miss a line change or this that, like, well, I can't really worry about what happens next. I have to kind of think ahead again. So, control what I can control, and I've lived by that a long time, and it's been pretty helpful for me. And I think if I can relay that message to these guys, and they learn about it, and I think it makes the brain kind of a little bit more easier for them when they're on the ice and practice and games and whatnot.
Drew, do you like the way the game is moving away from certain things and towards others?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's so fast, and they're so skilled. And when you watch a game now, just the way they put pucks in certain areas, and there's no more really dump and chase. It's it's putting a puck where you can go get it next, and I love it. Just zone entries and kicking it out and driving and back doors and just putting pucks in good areas. And they're so fast, and they don't like to give the puck up. It's kind of like 3-on-3 hockey when I was younger. Like they always said, it's all about puck possession. But now it's 5-on-5. How do you keep that puck for as long as you can? And sometimes a shot on net, and when they blow it down, that's considered a turnover, because now it's you're redoing a draw, and you may or may not win that puck battle back. So learning when to shoot, and it's crazy. It amazes me. It blows my mind just how fast the game is. You got to be able to skate, and you got to be able to play, and having a strong hockey IQ is so important too.
They have amazing. I don't want to call them sponges, but they are tremendous sponges, and they hang on to every little word, good and bad. It's fantastic to see these young kids and how they perform. Drew, I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to say hi to, thank you to, for this opportunity? And we look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks' time.
No, I'm good, Theo. I appreciate you having me on today.
Right on. Thanks so much, Drew, for your time. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See you soon.
And that was Drew Kocur, the head coach of the 2011 team from the Saskatchewan Regina Junior Pats. My apologies. They'll be heading for the first week, June 29th, ending up in July 4th. The 2012 group will be playing the week after. We'll be there as ASTV, bringing more goodness to the greatness as always. Thanks for watching. We'll hear from you on Thursday, as well as we bring on another coach, this one from the home squad of the Brick team out of Alberta. Look forward to chatting with them as well. Take care, everybody. Take care of your neighbors. Have a great rest of the week, and stay well for the month of June. We'll talk to you soon. Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. The students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of on-ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment.